If you play Magic the Gathering, no doubt there have been times when you just didn't want to leave the house, but you still wanted to play with your actual, physical cards without, going anywhere. And there are systems in place to do that, but one of the most seamless and coolest is Spelltable. Spelltable is a software that utilizes a webcam connected to your laptop or computer to read the cards you play to show them to your opponent, has a built-in life counter, a timer, turn tracker, and other features. This video is not about Spelltable. See, Spelltable can run off an old webcam taped to your monitor, a mirrorless camera connected via HDMI link, or your phone through a camera share service. The options are plentiful, but I want to show you what I believe is the best setup for the best price that you can use for a multitude of other uses as well. First, 10-second bio. I'm Milkman. I have 10 years tech support experience. I've built setups and done support for other creators, and I am always keen for a good deal. These items were gifted to me, but the company never seen this video and zero input or influence on it. So, back to the video. This is a Streamplify Cam Pro. It's a 4K webcam that shoots at 30 FPS. It's got an 8.5 megapixel Sony CMOS sensor, a good autofocus, and a long 2-meter USB-C cable for those hard to reach mounting spots. It has a built-in mic, which is decent, and it has a mic mute button too, a rotating shutter cover for when you need a private moment to definitely be private, a 105-degree viewing angle so you can get all your tokens in there, and a feature that soothes my soul how simple it is, and I don't understand why other companies don't do this. It's magnetic. Now, in the box you get all these goodies. The 2-meter cable, a mini tripod stand, and an alternate cover that you can swap out for your own taste. This all sounds great, but you're hardly going to tape this thing to the ceiling and hope for the best, so I thought I'd show you the best mount on the market too. This is again from Streamplify, and it's called the Streamplify Mount Lift. It's one of the strongest mounts on the market. It can hold up to 2.5 kilograms. It's such an easy to use swivel and lock system that extends 80 centimeters vertically and 70 centimeters horizontally. It's got a wide base clamp to make sure it is definitely stuck to your desk, and my favorite part, the head swivels 180 degrees. But this extra just little lock here, it doesn't seem like a big deal to you. You've never had to try and mount a camera perfectly level, but for me, thank you. In the box, it comes with some cable management straps, the mount itself, and thread adapters to make sure everything is as snug as a bug in a rug. Now, because I am a tech support worker and, I'm brutally honest, there is no such thing as a plug-and-play camera. To get the best out of any camera, you should access properties on the camera menu to make sure it is running at your desired resolution, turn off any features you might not need, like low light compensation, white balancing, set anti-flicker, that kind of stuff. It should just be then good to go. Hey folks, just set up a little practice display here so you can get the feel of how it looks like when you're playing a game. Now, want to highlight here? You can see a little bit of glare over in the corner. That is just the actual light itself. So you just need to set up your lighting or your lighting for your area, and that's everything. Be sure as well that your hand isn't too obvious when you're playing, because as you can see, it's a huge field of view, which is great. Also, look at that autofocus, straight in, already picking everything up. If it looks a little bit blue, that's just one of my ambient lights over in the corner, but that's unreal. You can instantly see everything. It's pulling it up. That's perfect. Right, folks, moving on to the next step. Now, the TLDR will do pros and cons. First, pros of the camera. Cable length. This thing is long, 2 meters, perfect. It feels solid as well. This actually feels like it's not going to break. You can move this. You can actually swivel it from side to side. It's solid. This is not going anywhere. Setting up an interface too is easy. The camera just immediately got picked up by my system, so that's great. And the autofocus. The autofocus is good. It's not amazing, but at the same time, what are we expecting? As for cons, the only con I can think of is actually something that's unrealistic at this price point. I wish it had 4K 60, but that's not going to happen. It does have 1080p 60 FPS that will state your high refresh, folks. That's fine, but for the price, 4K 30 FPS, you can't beat that. Now, back to the mount itself. Actually sturdy. It doesn't shake. This thing locks in place properly without issue. It fits overhead really easily, and it doesn't interfere with your setup. There you go. That's what more do you want? The clamp is easy to use. It's got this very handy turn proper. I understand most of them are turn based. Funny that we're talking about Magic. but this actually locks in place properly. This isn't one of those kind of ones where it feels like the plastic's just constantly spinning and not doing anything. This actually feels like it's turning and holding in place. This isn't going to come off. As for cons, there is none. It does exactly what you bought it to do. No fuss, no muss. So folks, that is my recommendation as someone who's been through many different setups, helped assemble plenty of setups, and a fella who's always looking for a great deal and wants to upgrade their own setup. So you can't go wrong with these. Streamplify Cam Pro, Streamplify Mount Lift. This thing, both of them together in combination, they are going to be your perfect Spelltable or just Discord video chat setup. They're going to be perfect for it. Thanks for watching, folks. If you want to see anything more, check the rest of the channel, all that kind of crack. If you're new to Magic, you want to see how to get into it or what I learned from getting into it, you can check the video in my playlist there. Folks, thanks very much. Have a good evening. I'll see you later.